This is the Foy Jr. show, where faith, truth, and courage come together. Join us as we explore life's deeper purpose and carry the torch of conviction. The show begins now.
Welcome. Welcome to the Foy Jr. show. Thank you for joining me. Let me ask you something. How do you lead? I mean, how do you really lead? Do you lead by example? Do you lead by power? Passion? Pressure? How about toughness? Do you lead by accountability? By fear? Do you lead by inspiration? Maybe the bigger question that I've been asking myself, buddy, how do you want to lead now? Because in my mid-50s, with 2 restaurants, a technology company launching, and a lifetime of building businesses behind me, I've been thinking a lot about leadership lately. I look back at my career and my entrepreneurial journey, one of the first internet companies in the fashion space. Number 2, tens of millions of dollars raised, hundreds of employees, Inc. 500, Inc. 5000, Entrepreneur of the Year finalist, features from Time Magazine to you name it. Then the restaurant businesses, one in particular, top restaurant in America by Open Table, top 100 restaurants in America, 30 plus Diner Choice Awards, Food Network TV series, and a restaurant that's sold out pretty consistently. And when I look back, honestly, I know exactly how we built those things. Oh, intensity, pressure, energy, passion, conviction, standards. I push people hard. And frankly, it worked. But then I look at where I am today, particularly my Florida restaurant. And here's the honest truth. It's good, but it's not excellent. And that bothers me deeply because the potential's there. The location's there. The brand is there. The customer base is there. The opportunity is there. But excellence? Not yet. Maybe the hardest realization for me is this. I haven't led Florida the way I led New York. I haven't brought that same intensity, that same pressure, that same emotional force. Part of me thought maybe I was evolving. Maybe I was transitioning my leadership style. Maybe I didn't want to lead through this emotional intensity anymore. But lately, I started asking myself, is this a sober approach to my leadership? And is it working? Or am I allowing standards to drift? And this week's reading, my biblical reading this week that I landed on, that grabbed me, Acts chapter 3 and 4. It hit me pretty hard, folks. Let me just give you the background. Peter heals a lame man at the temple gate. Crowds gathered. People are amazed. Peter steps forward to speak. And what fascinates me isn't the miracle. I saw that coming. It was what Peter says. Because Peter does not soften the moment. He looks directly at the crowd and he says, you handed him over to be killed. You disowned him before Pilate. You asked a murderer to be released instead. You killed the author of life. Oh, that's heavy. And honestly, in today's world, that almost sounds harsh. Truth sounds harsh today. Accountability sounds harsh today. Directness, God forbid. But the more I sit with it this week, the more I realized something very important. Peter's not condemning the people to destroy them. He's confronting them to awaken them. And maybe that's one of the hardest responsibilities of leadership today. Because real leadership requires truth. And sometimes hard truth. And we already know what that saying is. Truth hurts. We don't need image management. No spin. Not protecting approval. Not wanting approval. Not softening the reality so everybody stays comfortable. Peter names it directly. No branding, no manipulation, no performance. Just the truth. And honestly, what Peter is confronting isn't just a hysterical crowd. He's confronting human nature, crowd psychology, emotional outrage, tribal behavior, choosing comfort over truth, choosing familiarity over transformation. And I see it today everywhere, in culture, in politics, in organizations, in business, and sadly, in my own business. Employees been pinning themselves against each other, passive-aggressive behavior, protecting territory, fear of losing position, narratives being created, stories spreading underneath the surface. Human nature. People protecting a little piece of power. And suddenly, I'm sitting there asking myself, how do I lead through that? How do I confront the reality without becoming destructive? Because we're good. We're doing good. But we're not excellent. Weak leadership avoids truth completely. Have I been weak? I don't know. But unhealthy leadership weaponizes truth emotionally. Peter does neither. That's what's so powerful. He tells the truth clearly. And he leaves the room for those people to be redeemed. That changes everything, folks. Because accountability without redemption becomes shame. But truth without redemption becomes transformation. Peter basically says, yes, you chose wrong, but grace is still available. That's mature leadership. And here's the part that really hit me this week. The man saying all this is Peter. Peter, folks. The same Peter who denied Jesus publicly, not once, not twice, but 3 times. The same Peter who collapsed under pressure. Now, he's standing there boldly in front of crowds, confronting truth directly. That's transformation. And he didn't become polished. It's not because he became smarter. It's not because he mastered influential tactics or had a TikTok account. Acts 4:13 tells us exactly why. They recognized these men had been with Jesus. There it is again. Not a performance, not an image, but intimacy. That's what changed Peter. And honestly, maybe that's what's missing in leadership today. Because many of us leaders today, we're terrified to name the reality. Leaders protect approval, project perception, protect audience reaction, or I should say protect from audience reaction, and protect comfort. We've been too comfortable. But leadership isn't protecting people from the truth. Leadership is loving people enough to tell them. And maybe that's a deeper challenge for all of us. At least right now for me. Can I confront reality honestly without becoming self-righteous? Can I hold standards, high standards, without emotional, or I should say, without detonating the room emotionally? Can I stay grounded in truth while still leaving the room for grace? Because our world right now, it rewards outrage. But Scripture keeps calling us back to truth. And if I'm going to be a leader influenced by Scripture, perhaps I can still lead with passion. But I got to leave room for that grace. Be aware, be intentional, and whatever you do, don't take the bait.
Do you love listening to the Buddy Foy Jr. Show and want to hear his thoughts and commentary as news breaks? You can. Follow him on Twitter and Instagram at Buddy Foy Jr. That's at Buddy Foy Jr. So you can watch his short video clips, enjoy pictures he posts, and read his tweets. But he also wants to hear from you on whether or not you agree or disagree with him, what topics are most important to you, and what guests you'd like him to schedule for his show. Email him anytime at buddyfoyjr@gmail.com. That's buddyfoyjr@gmail.com, and he'll read and reply to as many as he can. If you've been a guest at the Chateau on the Lake or the Chateau Anna Maria and want to buy a gift certificate or souvenir, visit the website and click Shop to buy shirts, hats, coffee mugs, and more. Remember to follow Buddy on Twitter and Instagram at Buddy Foy Jr. or email him at buddyfoyjr@gmail.com.